What's up, soccer friends? Welcome to Kickback Committee. We're glad you're here. I'm your host, Susannah Fuller. Super excited to be joined by the phenomenal Brianna Pinto. What's up, Brianna?
Not much. Here's an off day, so it's really nice just to get reset for the week. We're in a game week, so it's super exciting.
Boy.
We're really looking forward to getting back into NWSL games. So,
yeah. I feel like sometimes these international breaks, it's just like you must just be kind of itching to get back to a routine, and just like focusing on games. And I realize too, if results haven't been going your way, then maybe sometimes that little reset is a good thing. But at some point, it's like, okay, let's get back out there.
Yeah, no, we definitely missed it, but I mean, for our team in particularly with Chicago Stars, it's been great just to have a chance to reset, figure out what we're going to change tactically, and move forward with everybody getting back.
Question for you is, how are the temps in Chicago these days?
They're actually really nice. It's been over 50 degrees. We've moved out of the bubble, which is so exciting.
It's so exciting.
I've really enjoyed the sunshine here in Chicago. It feels like the city's finally coming alive because the weather's moderate.
I'm so excited for you to experience just the joy of a Chicago late spring, early summer. It is glorious. It is just people are so happy. You're outside, you're dining al fresco. It's just it's wonderful. So you're right there. You're so close, Brianna. It's going to be great. I promise.
I just can't wait for all the games coming up because the weather's going to be warm. So many people will be in the stands. There's so many festivals going on.
So many street fests. So many street fests in Chicago. It's there's one every weekend starting in June, I swear. So you'll never be bored if your schedule allows. It's really fun. Really, really fun. Just a reminder, guys, Kickback Committee is part of Kickback Soccer Media. You can find us on Blue Sky at Kickback Committee and on Instagram at KickbackCMTE. Also, make sure you check out all our other podcasts. We've got Soccer Wise. We've got First Touch Weekly, which is a World Cup dedicated show. Also, we're now on SiriusXM, so make sure you search for us on that SiriusXM app or catch us on select days on SiriusXM FC 157. All right, we've got a really, really fun show on tap today. We're going to dive into a few of the bigger stories in the soccer world, including a devastating breakup and a new NWSL franchise that was just announced and the implications of that. Brianna has some thoughts. We're going to get Brianna's assessment on the Chicago Stars season right now, where they're at, and just sort of the NWSL season and picture as a whole. We'll chat on the U.S. Women's National Team, who recently put a bow on that series of friendlies against Japan, what we learned, who stock is up, and is Emma Hayes locking down her roster for next summer's World Cup. Also, more blind rankings. So last week we had Walker Zimmerman do a blind ranking, Brianna, of iconic World Cup hairstyles. And this week we are going to have you do the same for iconic World Cup kits, because you are our kit expert. So this is going to be really, really fun. And as always, just a little reality TV talk, see what's piquing Brianna's interest these days. That's what we like to do here on committee, but let's get into some of the noteworthy news items. And Brianna, I'm not going to lie, this one hit me hard. I didn't see it coming. Very sad news that broke last Friday. Megan Rapinoe and Sue Bird announced that after 10 years, they were separating as a couple. They released this joint statement on Instagram saying it was a mutual decision made with love and respect. And I don't know why, but this one stopped me in my tracks. And I was just so sad about this one. And why do you think we get so invested in celebrity couples? It's a weird one.
I think their relationship was particularly unique because both of them were such pioneers in their respective sports. Like Megan Rapinoe was one of the first players in the U.S. Women's National Team that I had a jersey of, and I really admired what she stood for, and I really believe that she spoke truth to power. And Sue Bird was the same, and I thought it was really cool to see the way they supported each other throughout their careers, and just put on a show of greatness every time that they took the field or the court. So just to see them separate is really sad, because they were such a force together.
I know. And they just seemed so cool. And exactly to your point, like they played at the highest level in both of their respective sports and just were I was always like, man, like I would love to be at a dinner party with those two because I feel like their conversations are probably so interesting and electric. And I just loved their fearlessness of like, this is who we are, this is what we stand for. And it just, yeah, I felt so, I don't know, I don't want to say let down because it's obviously their personal journeys and they can do whatever the heck they want in their personal life, but they were such a beacon. I don't in like the sports world, relationships, like I just I didn't see it coming. I really like thought it was like they were going to stand the test of time.
The other thing I really appreciate in the age of social media is there's a lot of like parasocial relationships.
Yeah.
And I actually don't think they owed us an explanation, but the fact that they showed up together and just explained, why they made the choice to separate was really admirable, and I appreciated it, and I wish them both well in their respective journeys.
Absolutely.
So again, like it wasn't necessary because it's their personal life, and I think they have the liberty to protect that and share what they're comfortable with the world. But again, like the fact that they were honorable enough and cared enough about all the people that love and supported them over the years to make that explanation was really, really nice.
I agree.
And
I
mature.
was just very mature, very, very, very mature. Because what the hot goss starts to spread. So I feel like they were just like, nope, we're going to control our own narrative here. And yeah, that's.
I think that's exactly it. That's really something that they took a lot of pride in throughout their career. They controlled their own narrative with everything that they did, and they were so well spoken. I know.
I'm going to miss their podcast too.
The podcast will definitely be
come on,
a huge miss, like not having that.
I know. I have a feeling they'll both probably have their own sort of projects coming up. I don't think this is the last that we will hear from either of them. But yeah, that one bummed me out. So had to bring it up, and just it's a little bit of a therapy session here on Kickback Committee today. But some other news that broke actually yesterday. We're recording this on Wednesday. The NWSL announced that Columbus, Ohio is going to be awarded the 18th franchise in the league. So women's soccer coming to Columbus, Ohio in 2028, a record expansion fee of $205 million led by the Haslam family, who are the same owners as the Columbus Crew. They'll play in Scott's Miracle Grove Field, which is the beautiful stadium that opened in 2021. It's probably one of the best soccer-specific stadiums, I would argue, that we've seen in MLS. So that's going to be really nice. But you can look at this in a few ways, Brianna. Obviously, you're like, this is on the heels of the Atlanta announcement late last year. More eyes on women's sports is always a good thing. Like, we're growing the game. And it's easy to kind of look at it through that kind of lens. But it also comes with some issues, especially when it comes to a player's perspective. And so I'm curious to get your thoughts on, Columbus, number one, as a whole, but also what are the implications of expansion and what this means for the league?
Well, first and foremost, congratulations to the Haslam family and just their collective investment in women's soccer.
100%.
I think it's huge. I looked at the valuations of clubs and then the buy-in that they had to fork over to get into this league, and just seeing the growth over the course of like even 5 years has been astronomical. I think they'll do a wonderful job because the Columbus Crew have been incredibly successful. So the fact that they're willing to pour resources into the women's team as well is going to be great. One of the things that I really like is that their fan base will really get behind it, and they should have great crowds. And then also it's a lower cost of living area, which I think is really great for a lot of players because, people will play for as long as they can, but the ability to save and think about long-term futures in a lower cost of living area, I think, is huge for a lot of younger players as well, because we are in some expensive markets across the United States.
Yes,
so
we are.
Columbus, I think, will be great, but you did mention the implications. One of the things that is a hot topic button right now is the calendar flip, and the NWSL is considering becoming aligned with the rest of the world by going to the fall to spring model. And personally, for me, I am not in support of it. And I know a lot of other players share the same sentiment. And it's mainly due to weather and infrastructure. So I think Columbus will do a great job making sure that their team has all the resources. But for some of the older, more established clubs that started, 12 to 14 years ago, it's going to be harder to get extra turf or a bubble or heated fields so that you can play games. Because one of the things that is, in my opinion, being overlooked is that in America, we have such extremes in terms of weather. In Chicago, New York, Boston, even Seattle at times, and now Columbus, it is very, very cold in January to maybe even April at
Can
times.
confirm, yes.
And we have to think about how is this going to impact players. So, for example, if there's snow on the ground for 4 months out of the season, that means more players are playing on turf. And the NWSL and the NWSLPA just joined Project ACL. That's something that we would actively try to move away from in our last CBA with surface standards. So if we're taking steps back because of the weather, how does this impact the health and safety of our athletes? And then I could keep going on, but I think about fan attendance. To be honest with you, I love the product that we put on the field, but it undoubtedly suffers when we're in extremely cold weather. If you think about our home opener in Chicago, we're right on the lake. It was 19 degrees with wind chill. The ball's flying everywhere. It was really difficult to play. Thankfully, we grinded out a win and found a way. But a lot of people left at halftime because they were so cold. And if you think about TV viewership, if you see that nobody's in the stadium, it's not going to invite you to want to watch if nobody's there in person, especially for a casual viewer who had maybe not be familiar with soccer. So I think there's just a lot of things to be considered. Plus, my final point is that if we, as the NWSL, are claimed to be the best league in the world, why are we following everybody else? Why can't we do our own thing? And why can't we be unique with our calendar? Because in the summer, maybe we'll have, games when everybody else is in their dead period. Because for the MLS teams, they are switching. And a lot of us are second tenants in their stadium. So if they are not playing in the summer and we keep our current calendar, perhaps that opens up more scheduling opportunities for the NWSL.
I mean, all very valid points, Brianna. So you said a lot of players feel this way and share your sentiments on this calendar flip. Do you feel heard by anybody at all? How involved are the players, or how this affects you? You're the ones putting your bodies on the line. This is your livelihood. This is your career. How do you make it so that you are actually being listened to and a part of these conversations and decisions?
Well, ultimately, this decision will be made by the board of directors in the NWSL. But as a PA, it is our responsibility to just advocate on behalf of all players and share how we feel. So the PA has been polling all the players just to get a feel of what they think, what their concerns are, what they may be excited about. I know for internationals, that's really exciting for them because, in the transfer window in the summer, it would be a more seamless transition. But the other thing I really like about it for developing our U.S. women's national team, since we're an American league, is we go into World Cups in form. The rest of the world doesn't. So why would we then give up that competitive advantage? So I think we're just going to continue to try to let our voices be heard, speak to all of the people that are responsible for voting on this, and hopefully come to the best decision on behalf of everybody. I know no decision is going to make everybody happy, but I hope we continue to build on the growth that the league has seen, because I personally feel that the calendar is not an issue. I think we have many other things that we could focus on right now. So we shouldn't try to fix what isn't broken, in my opinion.
Would you feel different? I'm just thinking, like, if it was announced that there was going to be a expansion team in, I don't know, like Miami or whatever, does it, because that is a warm weather destination, do you feel like the league needs to be more mindful of where they are expanding to, like where they are giving these expansion teams to?
I mean, yes and no. I'd say no in the sense that we need the best ownership groups who are committed to putting forth the resources and facilities to house a team. But when you think about location, a lot of teams in the North are having to go to Florida for preseason for weeks on end just to train.
Which is a massive expense.
It's a massive expense.
I mean, you guys how long were you in Spain for?
We were there for 19 days.
Yeah.
Just under 3 weeks. So it was a really long time. I thought it was helpful. But again, you shouldn't have to do that. Yeah. If we can get to the point where every team has enough resources and field availability to play in their respective markets. Because the other thing is people have children. Like one of the things that we fought really hard for is the ability to have childcare and, working in your market is a wonderful thing. And I think it would put a competitive disadvantage to certain teams in the beginning of the season if they're not in their home environment the same amount of time as teams in warmer climates.
No, I think these are such incredible and valid points. I would be very curious to, get like a collective of you guys and just kind of like hear all the feedback, even if it was like anonymous. I would just love to get like the anonymous feedback of what this really looks like and how it affects the players, because I feel like your points are so spot on and valid. If they could be a part of these bigger conversations, I think then maybe we might be swayed, at the front office level. So we'll keep having the conversations, Brianna. I'm free. This is Kickback Committee is your platform to cook. So if ever you have those issues, come on and voice them, because we love it here. And we're team Brianna, team players all the way. I promise. All right, let's chat a little bit about Chicago Stars. Your season so far. We've got we're 5 matches in, 1 win, 4 losses. Early days, but we talked about it before the season started with you, and there's just a lot of newness. Like, this is your first season. There's a brand new head coach. There's a new players. You guys have had a tough schedule on the road, a tough travel schedule to start this season. So when you look at the sample size of these 5 matches, what's been good? What hasn't been so good, and where do you feel like you guys need to, basically, like, I guess, improve the most?
Well, yeah, I think the group is resilient. I think it came off of a tough year last year, but we were really trying to reinvent ourselves, and that was the reason that the club endured a lot of change over off season. But change takes time to gel, especially if you have a new coaching staff, a lot of new players, a lot of new support staff as well. But we're committed to finding our way and playing the way we know that we're capable. The things that haven't been good is we've just conceded a lot of goal scoring opportunities and goals, to be quite frank, and we haven't really been that effective in the attack. So we have to think more about how we can retain possession higher up the field, because this game is so transitional. And if you don't have the ability to hold the ball and rest in possession and be thoughtful about how you're switching the field and making the other team move defensively, then you will struggle. But I do believe that we have the players to do that. It's just we're still trying to figure out like what's the best formation for us, how are we going to structure on our off the ball movement, and like just have that grit that we need to find a way to get it done. I think we saw flashes of that in the KC game, which was a huge plus.
Yeah.
I was super excited about that because it shows us that we are capable of hanging with anybody in this league. It's just the consistency piece that we need to build on. But we've had a couple knocks, myself included, but thankfully because of the break, it's given us time to heal and get restored, and then we'll have some other players coming back, which we're super excited about. So I think as the year goes on, I definitely think we're going to hit our stride and play to the best of our potential.
Yeah, 5 matches in, when you like, is that too early to kind of get a read on what this NWL season is going to sort of look like? Like if you looked at the standings right now and you're like, this is going to look completely different, or is it like, oh no, there might be a few little shifting here and there, but like these are the good teams, these are sort of the mid teams, these are the bottom teams? Would you like, is it too early to
I definitely say it lights a fire under us because it's like we've got ground to make up. 5 games is almost a sixth of our season. So we like, it's not a huge amount of games, but like it is a considerable amount. So we've got to find a way to plug along, have a good stretch of games, be really consistent, find more ways to score goals. So I think we'll definitely come into it with a even grittier edge about us, even defensively, like how we all get in the box to get underneath the ball and win it. That's going to be huge for us. But when I look at like past seasons and you look at the week to week standings, there's so much movement.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, the table is still pretty compact because a lot of teams have won games and a lot of teams have lost games. So I don't feel like there's a clear outlier on the winning side, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like nobody's like really run away with it in 5 games. So granted, as you take a larger sample size, the point distribution becomes greater, but we're hoping to claw our way back and just remind people that we're a tough team to play.
What's been sort of the biggest surprise for you so far this season, just in terms of either like opponents that you've played or watching some of the other games? Are there maybe surprised at how well they've done, or the opposite end of that?
I mean, Angel City, they killed us in the opener, honestly. I don't think we did enough to help ourselves, like with the goals that we did give up, but they've really found a way to be dangerous on set pieces. They're really good in transition. Jan Starter's having an incredible start to the year. So I think players are popping up and really reinventing themselves. But I'm certain that we can have a similar like strike of fame, if you will, like where I
think as the temperatures warm up, so will the Chicago Stars. That's my prediction.
Yes.
That is, I'm telling you, the vibes change in that city, and it's just gonna, I foresee all good things, an upwards trajectory here. You guys host Boston Legacy at the weekend. They're obviously in their very first season. They're still looking for their first win, and we've seen this before with expansion teams. It can take a little bit to sort of establish your identity and the way you want to play. What's your scouting report on Boston Legacy as you look ahead towards this weekend's match?
Well, I mentioned it on a previous show that Boston is not as bad as their record.
Yeah.
We played them in preseason and they were actually quite good. I think they've had some unfair calls, especially in their game against Utah, I believe. And they're going to be hungry. They're coming here to try and beat us. So we need to make sure that we do everything in our power to fight for 50-50 balls, to win tackles, to be smart in possession, to make sure that our work rate is really high. So we need to be on it because we don't want to be the team that gives them a first win. We're going to find a way to build on our win and make it two, because, every game is an opportunity to prove something.
Yeah.
And I think we've had a lot of growth in our weeks away during the break. And we want to show the things that we've been working on and how we're gelling as a team.
Amazing. I'm literally looking up the forecast in Chicago this weekend.
Oh dear. Please let
Let's
it be
see.
warm.
Let's see.
Like, sometimes it's
above 50.
Really?
I will say that. Well, God, this is so typical, right? Okay.
Actually,
so tomorrow it says it's going to be 78 degrees, which is glorious.
It is glorious.
By Saturday, it's down to 54. Like, this is so typical.
Yep.
Of April in Chicago. So yeah, there's basically like a 25-degree temperature shift over the course of 2 days. So yeah, it could be okay. All right.
You know what? 50 is fine. It is not 19.
It's not 19.
I will be just fine. Our team will be just fine. Because honestly, I think I told you another time, the city comes alive when it's over 50 degrees. People are like, it's summer, the sunshine is here, life is good.
It's glorious. And you got, where you guys are playing, it's like right on the lake. And it's like, it's dreamy.
I'll be ecstatic, because
I will be ecstatic for you.
When the forecast is improving and the weather is warmer, the world is our oyster.
Exactly. It's all related. It's all related. Yeah, can't wait to watch that one this weekend. Let's chat a little bit on the U.S. women's national team, because last week they wrapped up that trio of friendlies against Japan. They won 2 games, lost one over the course of that window. Ended on a high note, 3-0 win in Colorado, and we saw Emma Hayes implement. It was a lot of squad rotation over the course of these 3 matches, which is not surprising. That's kind of what she does. But 3 different starting 11s. And it was interesting because we saw the return of some veteran players that have been in the mix for a while now, some newer faces, and then a few players who really kind of helped their cause to be included in next summer's World Cup roster. But picking into your brilliant soccer brain, I would love to hear your biggest takeaway from this past window. And if you think that Emma Hayes has started to lock in her roster for next summer.
I think the positives from this camp were the fact that Emma Hayes gave so many opportunities to different players to play. Historically, it's really hard to get on the field because the camp environment is so tough. So, even getting game minutes is a huge deal. But I think it gave her a clear picture of who are the players that she'll lean on heading into the World Cup. And to be honest with you, I thought the veteran players were the ones that shone through. Like, they were shining the entire time, and they were the ones that were consistent. I think the younger players, like to be expected, had ebbs and flows where some moments were great and others were, younger mistakes, But I thought Rose Lavelle had a wonderful camp. I thought Lindsay Heaps did well. It was great to see Tierna Davidson back. Her passing ability, like her distribution, especially over distance, is going to be a key piece of their build and their attack. And she just brings a lot of poise and experience to a team that's going to need some veteran leadership. So it was really nice to see her back.
What do you think it's going to look like next summer when, Emma Hayes she's named her World Cup roster? Because I agree, like watching it, I was like, Rose Lavelle had 2 goals, and you just saw the leadership of Lindsay Heaps, even Sophia Wilson. I know she didn't score, but like you saw what she brings. Do you think the balance of that roster, like, will Emma Hayes keep it pretty balanced between sort of like the old guard and the new guard, or do you feel like it's going to kind of weigh more heavily in one direction?
I would hope that she keeps a balanced roster, because I think there are so many talented players, and I do think the U.S. is very deep. I think they really thrive from the variety of the types of players that they have, and we're seeing a lot of versatility these days, where people can play multiple positions, and they can adjust their formation a lot more. And I think that is a huge asset going into a World Cup when you have so many games in such a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the younger player, like Olivia Moultrie, for example, she's someone who has historically played midfield, but now we're seeing her in wider positions, and she's able to serve a really good ball. She's good on the dribble and also in her passing range. So I think the younger players are bringing that versatility, where the veterans are bringing the grit, the tenacity, the game expertise, and the precision that they need to succeed. So I really hope that she keeps a balanced roster, because I think that's when the U.S. women's national team is at their best.
Okay, so in terms of where, you feel like the U.S. might, I mean, I know you said we've got a ton of depth on this team, but where do you think is probably like the biggest questions for Emma Hayes? Like, where is she still not, has not made up her mind yet?
It seems like there's a lot of fluidity in the attackers. I think Emily Fox is obviously a lock, but the other outside backs, we've seen a lot of players rotate through. It's Giselle, Avery Patterson, Lily Reel. They've all done a good job in the time that they've gotten, but they're trying to figure out that. Plus the center back pairing between Tierna Davidson, Naomi Girma, Emily Sams, Emily Sonnet. I think they've got, and Kennedy Wesley played a significant amount of minutes. I think they've got a lot of good players that they can look to. So they're going to have to find their pairing there. And then the front three, like obviously Sophia Wilson is coming back from maternity leave, but she looks sharp, and I'm certain that she will find her way. But figuring out how they're going to work off of each other, like who's going to be the 9, who is going to be the wingers, and what type of positioning that they're going to take up is going to be key, because again, we've got midfielders that like to float and occupy a lot of different spaces. So maybe it is going to be a more fluid roster, where as long as the spaces are occupied, it doesn't matter like who's necessarily in those positions. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. For you, okay, so if you had to say like players whose stock is rising following this international
first,
break.
Claudia Dickey. She is definitely coming into her own. She has been exceptional. I think she's a great shot stopper. Her feet are exceptional. I think she's finding her voice, and she's gaining confidence. So one of my favorite things about playing with Claudia is she has this swagger about her, and when she's on it, you can tell, because she's like sly but confident, and you need that. I love goalkeepers that believe in themselves. Obviously, Alyssa Nair had the job for a while. But the first person I think of is Hope Solo. She had that confidence, that dog about her that made her believe that nobody was getting the ball past her. And I think Claudia has a bit of that. And I hope that it continues to grow throughout her time with the national team.
Oh, I love that. Well, and I mean, that has been one of the biggest questions for the U.S. women's national team roster is like, who is going to step into those shoes of Alyssa Nair? And I feel like you're 100% right. It's so funny now that I'm like, it's like, she does have a little Hope Solo in her for sure.
The other person that I'd say really had a great camp is Rose Lavelle. It's so good to see her healthy and just playing consistently.
I love her.
I know the soccer world thinks of her as like this young player because she's so young in spirit, and she plays with so much flair, and it's just nice to get so many minutes out of her.
She's probably my favorite U.S. women's national team player. I love watching her. I think she is just there's like a nonchalance about her. She makes very difficult things look very easy, and I love the way she moves. She's been one of my favorites for a very long time. I dressed up as her for Halloween 2 years ago, after they won the gold medal in the Olympics. Do you remember the iconic party shots of them.
Yes,
Just like,
yes,
yeah.
with
So
the beer can.
literally, Douglas, producer, I will send you the picture. I think I nailed it. I really think I nailed, but I was basically Rose Lavelle celebrating her gold medal.
Man,
with the little bottle of Fireball in her hand. That's what I mean. She's just, I love
she's
her.
so fun.
She's so fun. She's so fun. No, I love that. Okay. So on the flip side of that, who maybe has a bit of work to do, or who maybe, didn't have the best showing in this window. There's still time, by the way. We have plenty of time, but yeah.
Yeah, I think like Lily Reel had been gaining a lot of stock over her time. I think she's had some exceptional moments when she's been great, and then today or this last camp, it was a little bit of struggle at times, just like caught out of position, especially on the goal. But I believe that she's a player that learns from her mistakes and bounces back. So again, there's still time. I think she will find her way. But it's just so hard because the position is so competitive.
Yeah. Anybody, who was the one I was thinking of? Oh, Allie Sentner. I was wondering your thoughts on her. It was not the best that we've seen of her.
Yeah, I mean, she's still trying to find like the best position for her because she's one of the younger players that can play so many different positions. She's playing a little bit of a false nine, sort of a midfielder winger-ish. But it's like, how do we get her on the ball and get her playing her best soccer? Because when we see her when she's great, she's electric.
Yeah, 100%.
She's truly so electric. So hopefully she will, again, learn from the mistakes and bounce back.
Well, and it's part of Emma Hayes' job. It's a big part. It is her job to figure out, where she is best and who to play her with. And so I feel like her upside is so high. I can't see a world in which she doesn't crack that roster, because you said it, and especially to World Cup, you need depth. You need depth and versatility, and I feel like she does bring that. So, great. I would say would you say overall a successful window?
Without a doubt, because playing Japan is an extremely talented team.
Yeah.
It's nothing to blink at or overlook, because they are going to be a strong team in the World Cup next summer.
100% agree. All right, Brianna, I'm very excited for this next segment. So last week we did a blind ranking with Walker Zimmerman, where we had him do blind rankings of iconic World Cup hairstyles. Walker has changed his hair quite a bit over the course of his career, so we thought he was a perfect person to do that. But since we have you in the committee mix, our fashionista and our kit expert, we're going to have you do the same thing for iconic World Cup kits. So I found a few months ago, soccer.com had put out this article listing the 10 best World Cup kits of all time. So obviously it's subjective to them, but I thought it was a really good starting point for us. So we're going to use that as our guide, and we're going to have you blind rank these kits. And there's actually 12, because there were some that they got honorable mentions, and I just thought they really needed to be included somewhere on this. So we're going to have you blind rank these. I will tell you, last week, Walker was he had a very clear methodology as to how he was going to approach this. And so he was like Pirlo was his baseline at 5. So he was he basically judged it with Pirlo as the baseline. So this is your blind ranking, but I just wanted to give you that little nugget in case you were looking for some guidance here. But there are some really, really fun ones. Before we even start, do you have a favorite World Cup kit of all time, or one that just
all time
kind of sticks out that's very memorable for you?
I like the women's World Cup jersey.
Yes.
It was the one that had the high collar. It was dark navy or black, and it had the red piping. I think it was.
Yeah.
Hold on. I think it was 2011 World Cup.
I think
it was 2011.
I can picture Megan Rapinoe in it.
Yes, that was the exact jersey. Yeah, 2011. It was the black one with the red detailing on the collar. I thought that was so fun. And I loved the I don't know, the red line down the middle. I don't know. I just thought it looked sharp.
It's like
the collar was so flattering on everyone.
Yeah. So this guy.
Yes.
Yep.
I really liked that one. It was simple.
It's awesome.
But it was fun. Actually, one of the things I've learned about more recent jerseys is, especially with the U.S. now, is they want to have people turn on the TV and instantly recognize that it is the U.S. playing. So when you think of Croatia, you think of those blocks,
the checkerboard,
the checker block.
Yeah.
So if we have the stars and stripes, you will automatically know that it's the United States. And I think we've had several iterations of jerseys, but I think that's the right step in global identification. So I think that was really thoughtful.
I agree. Okay, before we go, I have to show you. This was my Rose Lavelle.
I love it.
That was my Rose costume. And then just for reference, that's actually Rose partying after they won the gold medal.
She's so fun.
I know. Sorry. I found it. Had to show it. All right. Are we ready to get to some blind rankings? Okay. Douglas, tee up our first kit. What do we have? Okay. So this is from England, 1982, their away kit. And I mean, yeah. It's red. So it's this away kit. Like England is typically known for they're usually like all white, their home kits. So this away kit is mostly red. There's like little blue patches on the shoulders, and their crest is very, very large. And there's some white bands around the sleeves. What do you think, Brianna?
Out of 12?
Out of 12, where are we putting
this? Is giving nothing. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna rank this 12.
I like it.
The patches, the blue patches just look
on the shoulders
like an afterthought.
Weird.
And then the space in between the stripe thing that they've got going on is weird.
It's got kind of a weird, it's got a V-neck.
I would have put the large crest in the middle. I know that's like a more recent thing, but I don't know.
The crest is not my favorite. Do you know what? I love it. I love that you don't love it. And it's also kind of fun to bash on England a little bit. So
yeah, that's going to be 12.
Bottom dweller, England. So sorry. I love it. Okay. Should we move to the next one?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. This is Germany, 1990. These were their home kits.
I really like this one.
This is pretty good.
This one is going to be 6 for me.
Okay. So this is like your baseline.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like it's has really great material.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I think of a lot. What makes a jersey great is material that it's made out of. And I know they're getting smarter now.
I agree. I also think too, I like this one because Germany, they have historically always had Adidas kits, right? And so this one is very much in line, kind of to your point, that this is a Germany kit because it's got that, the black, the red, the yellow, representing their flag. It's got the trefoil, the Adidas trefoil. To me, this is just and Germany being such a global powerhouse in the game. This feels very World Cup iconic to me. And so I feel like, yes, I love your place at 6, this being the benchmark here.
I think that's a really solid jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the Adidas logo. I like the little detail underneath their crest. So this is a solid jersey.
Okay. Sure. All right. So this one's 6, Germany 6. Okay. Next up, Mexico 1998 home kit.
Man.
I know.
This is going to be 3 for me.
Oh, it's so good.
I love Mexico's jerseys.
Same.
always put detail like underneath you have to look really closely at, and it's like an ode to their heritage. And the thing I love most about it is you could wear this outside with with streetwear, and
100.
it would look so good. I think the guy that's wearing it, I'm not familiar, please forgive me.
Not either.
But he looks cool.
He looks
like
awesome.
He looks like a star.
Well, he's also rocking. So this is 1998. So he's like, it's almost like that like Andre Agassi mullet hair with the headband. And the kit itself, it is just, it's the green kit for those people listening. It's the green kit with like the massive Aztec sort of like print on it. And then it's got this big white collar trimmed with red. The sleeves have the white and red around it. It's just like, it's so good. It's so iconic.
I really love it.
I love it too. I would wear this.
And I like that it says Mexico. I don't know if I've ever seen that on too many jerseys, but like actually writing out the country is cool. Then the crest, and then I think, does that say FIFA or what does that say?
It probably
Evo, I don't know. Oh, maybe it's their brand. Okay.
Their crest is great too, man.
Yeah, I really like this.
So this is your 3.
This is my 3. Yeah.
I love
so
this
fun.
shout. Okay. So fun. Love Mexico 1998.
It's Luis Hernandez for Cruz Azul and Galaxy. Hernandez.
What a ledge. Yeah.
Sorry, forgive me, everybody that's listening. This was before my time. We on Earth.
Listen, we should have used him for Walker's soccer hair ranking because this is a good look. It's a really good look. Okay, next one up. Nigeria 2018 home kit. Nigeria, I feel like always brings it. I'm actually gutted that they did not qualify for the World Cup this year.
This one is so fun. I love Nigeria's colors. I saw like literally everybody wearing this jersey at the World Cup. So this is going to be a solid 4 for me. This is going to be 4. I think this is definitely up there. I think their country's pride is so wonderful. I think they're fashion forward, and
definitely
you can see like the glitz and glam kind of come through in their jersey design. So, I think this is a really solid jersey. So
this one's
the 4.
This one's awesome. So it's got like it's the green, and then the sleeves are black and white. But the torso is green, and it has the kind of like zigzags all over it. Like they're just so loud, but in like the best way. And I love the white shorts with the green socks too. The way it looks good, like sets it off. Really the whole look is incredible. So this is, what did we say?
4.
4. This is 4. Okay. Oh my gosh. Douglas, are you keeping track? Thank you.
Mexico 3, Nigeria 4, Germany 6, England 12.
England 12. Yep, correct. Okay, next one. What do we got? Oh, this is good. This is
I'm assuming it's the white jersey.
This is Peru. Yeah, Peru 1974.
All right, this is going to be 11. The only reason it's higher than England is because I like the long sleeve. But it's just not giving much.
So the Peru kits always have this, like the red sort of stripe going diagonal, like the
looks like the flag.
Yeah, like a badge, or and it's very reminiscent of River Plate, the Argentine. Like that's that kind of diagonal slash through it. So this one, and I like their badge. It's like very simple, but sort of iconic. But I agree, not a ton of pizzazz here. So this one is 11 for you.
Yeah, I think it would be fun to wear in the streets of somewhere, but it's just not memorable. I would wear it, but
does
it's
it have
just
a
not
collar? Does that?
It does.
It does have a collar. Okay,
I do like the collar and the long sleeves, extra points.
Yeah,
I like the shorts. The shorts are cute too.
The
tiny little shorts.
The tiny shorts.
I would wear
with
those.
Stripes on the side.
I would wear those.
Honestly, like I'm like, oh yeah, this is. I mean, you said it earlier, like the streetwear thing. Like I would absolutely rock this. Okay, Peru, I see you. 1974 Peru home kit is getting the 11th spot. Okay, we move it along to our next one. Oh, I mean, iconic. This is the 1994 USA home kit. Alexi Lawless, in all his ginger glory, just rocking this thing. This is
That's a good one.
it's pretty iconic.
This is gonna be 5 for me.
Okay.
I really like this one. I really do like it. The stars, stripes, you know it's the US.
Did you know they like re-released these? And
I did
bought
see
one.
that. I did see that.
One.
And I think it'll be so cool to see all the iterations of USA jerseys in the crowd this summer. So,
oh yeah.
I think that's really smart that they made them available to purchase again.
I agree. Yeah. So this is the iconic sort of denim kit with the white stars. And, you know, you can look at it and be like, oh God, it's like so tacky. It's too much. But it just, especially I feel like when you think about the time, like 1994, I just feel like this is sort of encapsulates that period of time perfectly. And soccer style. And yeah, Alexi wearing it with his long, crazy hair and wild beard. It's just like, yeah, this to me is like the image of the 1994 World Cup.
Yeah, I think it's totally on brand with the times. America had so much pride. They always have so much pride, but like it's so in your face.
It's awesome.
But it's fun. It's exciting.
I know. It is in your face. You're so right. Okay, so this is number 5?
Yes.
Number 5. Okay, lock it in. Next one. What do we got? Oh, we talked about this one. So this is Croatia, 1998, their home kit. And they always have that red and white checkerboard print.
I really like it.
And it's it is their flag. And this is, I think, this might have been shortly after they gained independence too. So like, it just feels like this was them like here we are, like we have arrived on the global soccer stage.
Keeping that in mind, like the independence thing, like this picture, I use this fist up, just the pride. I like the consistency about their jersey. I think I did my 3 for Mexico, right?
Yes.
So this will be 2. I just like that you can identify who they are.
You know exactly
and
who it is.
It's not checkers all over the jersey, just on one side.
Yeah, so this one is like, it kind of like, it almost fades. It's like a gradual fade.
I like the crest in the center because it's a juxtaposition to the checkers on one side.
It works on this kit for sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure when they're running, it looks like their flag is waving with the checkers. I really like this one. It's fun. I like the details on the collar and then the sleeves, like the shirt cuff.
Cinema. Yeah, amazing. Okay, so we still have. So this is your number 2.
So I have 1 through 7 through 10.
Okay.
So hopefully, maybe I didn't do a good job spacing these out. I either like them or I hate them.
Blind rankings are it's very difficult. Okay, next one. Oh, this is Spain, 1994 home kit.
I think Spain has had better.
I like it, but I feel like there's more iconic.
And it's so interesting because it's similar to Germany with those like shapes.
Exactly. So it's the red kit, and then it has the sort of yellow like squiggles with a blue one down the middle, like vertically down one side.
It has like those rhombuses.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. I love that you just dropped a rhombus.
What I love that you know what a
diamond
rhombus
is. A diamond. Is that like the proper name? Rhombus.
I think
clearly
so.
Geometry was not my strong suit.
Geometry I've forgotten. I haven't thought about it in a while. But yeah, like I think this is interesting because I just told you I like Croatia.
Yeah.
On the like on one side. And then I also told you I like Germany. And this seems like a mix of the two, but
kind of, yeah.
Something about it is not resonating with me.
I like it. I think it is a great looking kit. I love the collar. I think you see it and it's Spain, but as in terms of it being like exciting and it being a moment, I don't think it is.
That's going to be 10.
That's a 10. So this is your 10. Okay. Spain, 1994, 10. All right. Next one. Brazil, 1970, their home kit. Very understated, but the colors, it's basically just like the yellow t-shirt with the green collar on the neck and their badge, and then they wear it with blue shorts.
I like the yellow and the green and the blue.
Yeah.
This is boring.
Yeah.
But Pele's in it. So
I know.
I just love the consistency that they've had over the years. I think it's similar to Croatia. Every time you see Brazil on TV, you know exactly who it is.
Mm-hmm.
They play with an immense amount of pride.
Yep.
But unfortunately, this looks like a Hanes t-shirt that has a
t-shirt.
Green collar. It's a t-shirt. So honestly, I would have ranked this lower because this is probably the least exciting of Brazil's jerseys that they've ever had. So I guess this will go in my number 9 spot.
Okay, we'll put I also that can't be. It does look like a Hanes t-shirt, and I'm just thinking about breathability and sweating. Like that couldn't have felt good.
Have like pit stains in the middle.
Yeah.
Of the
Yeah, that ain't it. I mean, maybe I give it some points because Pele did wear it, but yeah, I agree. Boring. Little boring. Okay, so this is what was this one?
This was 9.
9.
So I have
We've
7
got 3 more.
and 8
yes.
and 1. Oh dear.
God.
Please.
Okay. Next one.
Oh,
Ooh,
this is exactly
God.
what I want. This is my one.
This is your one?
Wait.
This is Mexico 2022.
I really like this one because I was telling you I liked how they have the detailing underneath the jersey. Yeah, I really think Mexico meets the mark and exceeds the standard every single year. I don't think they let me down. They always have fun with it. The colors are so vibrant.
I kind of agree. So this one was their 2022 away kit. I remember I gasped when I saw this when they released it. So it's the sort of cream white background, and then there is this burgundy Aztec print all over it with the Adidas 3 stripes on the shoulders. And then they wore it with the green shorts. It looked like the flag. It was so cool.
Look at their crest.
It was so cool.
How they
so rad.
Sort of inverted the colors.
Yes.
To meet the cream undertow. I think I really like this one.
I
really do like this one.
Okay, so this is your numero uno.
This is my one. So that leaves, I believe, 7 and 8. So.
Okay. Next up. So this is Argentina 1986, their home kit. Again, just there's Maradona with the light blue and white vertical stripes. Another just sort of iconic look, instantly identifiable. What do you think of this?
I feel the same as Pele in Brazil. It's nice, it's identifiable, but it looks just too plain. So I like the later iterations of Argentina's jerseys.
Okay.
So this will be an 8 because I think there's just more detail that can come through with these colors, because this is actually my favorite color. Light blue is so beautiful.
Blue. It is
beautiful. It's my favorite color. I think so much more can be done with it, because even though the light blue and white stripes are iconic to Argentina, the jersey doesn't tell me about their culture.
Yeah.
Which is the exact reason why I like Mexico so much, because they lean into the Aztec heritage, and I think more could have been done. So I'm going to rate this as an 8. Okay,
this is your 8, which means there is only one remaining. Let's see it. So this is Colombia 1990, their away kit. There is Carlos Valderrama, El Pibe, with his crazy hair. And this one, so I love Colombia's kits typically, and this one is great. This is their it's red mostly, and then it has these yellow and blue diagonal sort of stripes coming in over the shoulders with their cool crest. They wear it with the blue shorts, so it's just very it's very colorful. The primary colors are just everywhere on this one, and I love it.
I'm really happy with my rankings, actually.
Good.
I am, because this fits around how I feel about Germany.
Okay.
But what I like about the colors is that it's really majestic. I think the shoulder detailing with the stripes kind of elevates their jersey and like gets their shoulders up and has them play with confidence. Does that make sense?
Yes,
it looks does. Like a royal suit. It's really grand.
It is very grand.
I like how the Adidas stripes go into the yellow and blue details on the shoulder. I think that looks good together. I think the uniform as a whole is really, really fun. I love the use of colors.
I agree.
I think I am really happy with my choices.
Let's recap.
Yeah, let's recap. So if we start with Mexico, took up number 1 and number 3. I was consistent in the fact that I liked the detailing underneath.
Do you like the 2022 kit better than the 1998 kit?
Take me back. Can we see the 1998 kit?
So it was the green one with the collar.
I actually think I like this one more than
this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would switch those two, but
sure.
I still like
they're in
Mexico
the top
2022.
Three. Yeah.
Croatia, I talked about how it's easily identifiable. You spoke about independence. I liked the one shoulder nature about it. I thought it was so fun. Nigeria, they always bring excitement. I felt like everybody was wearing their jersey in 2018. The US, so fun, so vibrant also. The Stars and Stripes were in your face. They were hosting. And I think it's cool that we're leaning back into that now that we're back with the World Cup. Germany, I thought, was the baseline. It was a really solid Germany jersey. Same with Colombia. I liked it for the same reasons with the shoulder detailing and the colors that they used. Then Argentina and Brazil were iconic because you can identify them, but those two jerseys with Maradona and Pelé were just too plain.
I get it.
So that seems consistent. Spain, I think Spain could have moved up ahead of Argentina and Brazil.
Okay.
And then Peru and England were just not very exciting. So I'm actually okay with my rankings.
I think you should be. I feel like this is kind of I probably would have landed very similarly with this.
I think I was consistent with
you
what I like about a jersey. I
liked your rationale. Like I feel like you explained your rationale for each positioning very well. And there was like a valid reason and point behind each kit.
This was so fun. I really enjoyed this activity.
Good. I love I'm so glad that you had to do it and not me, because I probably I overthink, but you nailed it. You nailed it. I love it. So fun. So we're 50 days away from the World Cup starting right now, which feels crazy. What's your excitement level for this
I'm
tournament?
very excited.
Are you? Good.
Well, it's crazy because one of the proudest moments of my life was bringing this World Cup to the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And that was 8 years ago, which is wild. We were at the 60th FIFA Congress in Russia. And so me, Alfonso, Davies, and Diego Lainez delivered speeches on behalf of our 3 federations. So to finally be here is crazy. I do need a shameless plug. I want a ticket to the World Cup final. I feel like that isn't the craziest ask. I just want to go.
Listen,
1 ticket. So if anybody would like to fund my trip to the World Cup final, I would be so thrilled.
Well, you could come and do, because we're going to be setting up shop in New York. So it could be like a work/pleasure trip. Right?
Absolutely.
Like you could come, you could hang, do some stuff with Soccer Wise and the committee crew, and then
I spent a small fortune on some tickets.
Which ones?
So I'll go to the USA Turkey game. That's the last group stage game, and then I also have conditional tickets if they advance. When they advance.
Exactly.
I'm excited about those. I don't know that I'll actually be able to go to the conditional games. I'll just probably give them to my family since I have games of my own. But I do want to make it to the World Cup. I will go to the send-off game here in Chicago, so I'm looking forward to that. So this will be an action-packed summer.
We'll be there for that. This is gonna be a summer of soccer. That is so unbelievable that you were giving the speech that helped bring this whole competition to the States. What, like, do you remember feeling like confident that this, like, we were going to get it? Or was it like, I have no idea. Like, what was going through your head?
It was such a long story, like how I even got involved, but it finally clicked to me, like what I was even a part of, because I was playing with the U-20s at the time with the national team. I had to fly to England, and I'm in a boardroom like during my own camp. I had to leave camp because the president of US Soccer at the time called my coach and was like, "Hey, we need her to come practice her speech." And I'm in a boardroom with the most influential people in North American soccer practicing my speech. And I had never given a speech before.
Wait, how old were you at this point?
I was 18.
Oh my God. Okay.
And I remember going up there and I just read it because that's what I thought giving a speech was. And they stopped me after 3 words and they're like, "You sound like you're dying." So I worked with a speech coach, and I kid you not, I
thank you for that feedback.
I practiced saying "good afternoon" no fewer than 150 times. No fewer.
Oh my God.
So anyways, on actual day that we had to give the speech at the FIFA Congress, I think I blacked out. I had practiced so many times that it was second nature to me, but I was at the podium, my legs were shaking for dear life to don't mess this up. So much money is on the line. And it was finally clicking for me that they had been working on this project for years.
Yeah.
Poured billions of dollars into bringing this World Cup to North America. I was like, it is not going to be me that is going to mess this up. So I went up there, delivered the speech. It came out perfectly. And
wow,
nobody would know that I looked fine here up, but my legs were fighting for dear life. Don't stutter, don't say anything crazy, just get through the speech. And they voted right after our 15-minute presentation. And then Morocco, and they had the tablets that translated our presentations in real time, and then they voted, and then they showed us the results. So totally crazy, such a great experience. I'm so excited that we get to reap the benefits of all of our work
is
now.
An unbelievable story,
Yeah.
Brianna. I had no idea, and also thank you, because basically we have you to thank for bringing the World Cup to the United States. Our very own committee member, Brianna Pinto. That's incredible. What a badge of honor.
Thank you. No, I was so proud. Hey. But that's what made me want to be involved in soccer governance, because I looked around the room and I was like, this doesn't reflect everybody that plays soccer across the world. So that's why I've been really involved with our PA, U.S. Soccer Athletes Council, the collective bargaining agreement team. So yeah, I really enjoy stuff like that. It opened my eyes to so many things that go on behind the scenes in the soccer world, and I feel like I've learned so much since then.
You're incredible. I mean, you went from being shaking to giving speeches to now basically fronting all of these incredible causes and organizations, and being amazing on podcasts.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Look at you. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. That was
of course. But it's crazy how quickly time goes by.
Yeah.
Because I was 8 years seems like a lifetime away.
I remember when it happened, because I was working, it was very early on in my days working for Major League Soccer, and it was the hugest news that could have ever, we freaked out. The entire organization and company were just going mental, because we knew what this meant. The last time the US hosted a World Cup basically created Major League Soccer. So this was a seismic win and moment for soccer in North America. And to know that you were integral in bringing it here, pretty freaking cool. Pretty freaking cool, Brianna. Man, that's awesome. Okay. Before we wrap things up here, we always like to do a little, what are we watching? What are we reading? I know you love to read. Is there anything that's catching your fancy at the moment?
I think I'm gonna watch Beef season 2. I have not started it. I'm very excited about it. I saw it was on Netflix, so I will binged. Let you know what I think. Super pumped about that. I
cannot wait to talk to you about it, because my husband and I started over the weekend, and we ended up binging the whole thing, because we were we couldn't stop.
Well, then I need to get into it.
Yeah.
I think I told you I watched Paradise. I thought that was like the greatest show.
Paradise is great.
I loved that. And then I also started Your Friends and Neighbors.
I
don't know what I think about it yet. Yes, but it's on Apple TV.
Yeah.
They have a lot of sneaky good shows.
A lot of sneaky good shows. You know what's funny about that show? Because I also watch that. I keep watching it because I'm so into it, but I'm like, I don't like any of these characters. Like there's not a lot of likable characters on this show, but I'm still like I can't give it up. It's very entertaining. I will say that. Are you watching Top Chef at all?
I'm not. But
okay.
I used to watch the cooking show and the HGTV like it was my job. Like at age 8, which is so crazy. But the thing is, I don't watch these shows as much because aren't they on like regular TV? I feel like I'm streaming everything. Like I'm sure you could find them on streaming, but like I stream everything now.
Top Chef is on Bravo. But they're in the Carolinas. They're they're in Charlotte, and last episode or like 2 episodes ago, they did a Carolina barbecue challenge.
I can weigh in.
And I love Carolina barbecue. It's actually my favorite of the barbecues, but I feel like it kind of not gets a bad rap, but like I just feel like it's not as popular as like a Kansas City barbecue or a Texas barbecue. But I stan the vinegar and like mustard.
Oh my gosh.
Barbecue flavor so much.
You know what? When I go home in a couple weeks, because we play the Courage, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go get some barbecue.
Where do you go? Do you have a place that you go to?
Yes. It's called Bullock's Barbecue in Durham, North Carolina. I'm actually going to tell you. It's been around for like ages. And it's this tiny little rinky-dink place that only takes cash because the people that have been there for ages. But yes, I really like Bullock's. But I love Eastern-based barbecue, vinegar-based. It's so different than anything else wherever you'd find barbecue. I'm not a huge fan of barbecue sauce, like or ketchup-based things.
Yep.
So like I'll eat it and I'll be happy about it, but I really prefer vinegar.
I agree.
And then when you pair it with like coleslaw, like on a sandwich, that is so yum.
It's my goodness. Good. So the challenge, they had to roast a whole hog and like use all the different parts of it to make like different like dishes for a barbecue. And when I tell you like the way that I was salivating watching this episode, and like I live in Knoxville, Tennessee, which is not that far from North Carolina. Like I was like, Ian, I'm like, I can't wait. And I looked at his schedule. I'm like, when do you guys play? Charlotte, when can we go and get barbecue? Because I was dying. It's so good. So good. If you're sleeping on Carolina barbecue, like you got to change your tune because it's.
Yeah, I feel like we do it right. So
you do.
I'm glad that you appreciate it. I really haven't done a good enough job of like trying all the different barbecues everywhere else. I don't know that I've ever had Kansas City barbecue. I've had Texas brisket. Is that considered barbecue?
Yeah. So
I liked that. That was cool.
Yeah, Kansas City's is good. It does have like a vinegary aspect. It's kind of almost like an in between of like a Texas and a Carolina. Our producer Douglas, Kansas City makes amazing burnt ends.
Well, then when we go there, I'll make it a point to try it after the game.
You should.
And I'll get back to you on what I think.
You absolutely should. Ooh, I see. This is fun. I have to write down all the things that we need to check back in on. I cannot wait to chat with you about beef, though.
Okay, I'm gonna actually make it a point to finish it in the next week or so. Because it's only 8 episodes, right?
Yeah,
super easy.
It's really fun. Oh, good stuff, Brianna. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time. Great to catch up with you. Good luck this weekend. We're excited to see you back out on the field, and like we said, temperatures rising, and so are the Chicago Stars.
Direct correlation.
Going this way. Guys, thank you so much for listening and watching. Make sure you check out all our other podcasts, Soccer Wise, First Touch Weekly, Open Mic. Download and subscribe. Follow us on all the socials. You can also find us on SiriusXM. And most importantly, tell your friends. Have a great rest of the week, everybody. We'll see you next time.